Hey everyone, welcome to this deep dive all about loving yourself.
Yeah.
Like your life depends on it.
Sounds intense.
It is,
Yeah.
but also kind of brilliant.
Yeah.
We're diving into Kamal Ravikant's book with the same title, Love Yourself, like your life depends on it.
I've heard good things about this one. What's the angle?
Well, it's not your typical self-help fluff. It's super personal and honestly raw, like Ravikant was in a dark place when he wrote it.
That's interesting. You usually get these self-help books from people who are like already enlightened or something.
Right, exactly. But this guy was at rock bottom, like
Yeah.
failed business, heartbreak, even lost a close friend. He was straight up miserable.
So he was writing from the trenches, not some mountaintop retreat.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so compelling. He basically made a decision, not a wish, but a hardcore vow to love himself.
A vow, like a serious commitment.
Yeah, it was like an all-in bet on his own survival. Not just about feeling a bit better. It was a life or death kind of thing.
Wow. Okay, I'm hooked already.
Yeah,
So how does someone in that state even begin to love themselves?
that's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
Right. So his main technique is crazy simple. He just kept repeating, I love myself.
Seriously. Just like that.
Yep, mentally. Out loud, constantly. Like he was trying to brainwash himself with self-love.
Interesting. So it's kind of like creating a mental habit, but instead of biting your nails, you're feeding yourself positivity.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And the idea is we all have these mental loops playing in our heads.
Right. Like those annoying songs you can't get out of your head.
Exactly. Ravikant wanted to create a new loop,
Mm-hmm.
one that drowned out all the negativity with pure self-love.
So it's about intentionally choosing what you focus on.
Totally. But he didn't stop there. He came up with all these techniques to make it even more powerful.
Like what?
One is this 7-minute meditation
Mhm.
where he visualizes light filling his body while he's repeating the phrase.
Okay, I can see how that would be pretty intense.
And he even uses a specific piece of music to anchor the practice.
Like a soundtrack for self-love.
Right. He also has this mirror technique where he looks into his own eyes and says, I love myself.
That sounds intense. Like
Wow.
kind of like forcing yourself to really confront that feeling.
It's like cutting through all the BS and connecting with the real you.
Yeah, no escaping your own reflection.
Exactly.
Okay.
And he asks himself this killer question. If I loved myself truly and deeply, would I do this?
Oh, wow. That's a good one. It really makes you think twice about your choices.
Instead of fear or obligation, you're using self-love as the filter.
I like that.
Hmm.
So did all this actually work for him?
Okay, so get this. Within a month, he noticed huge improvements like better health,
Yeah.
more energy, even happiness started creeping back in.
Really? That's incredible. What else did you learn along the way?
He talks about these negative thoughts like light switches. You have to consciously flip them off.
So it's about actively managing your thoughts, not just letting them run wild.
Yeah, and he used phrases like not useful or not real to break those negative loops.
Interesting. So it's like challenging those thoughts and replacing them with something more positive.
Right. He also talks about the power of surrender. Not giving up,
Yeah.
but saying yes to what is
Like accepting the present moment, even the tough parts.
exactly. And through all this, he started to question his limiting beliefs. Like the idea that growth only comes from suffering.
It's like he was attracting negativity because he believed he needed it.
And he realized that self-love actually opened up new paths to growth, ones that didn't require him to be miserable.
That's a huge shift in perspective.
He also realized that self-love is essential before you can truly help others.
It's like you can't pour from an empty cup.
Exactly. You have to fill yourself up first.
Now that makes a lot of sense.
And you know what else? Ravikant is a big believer in commitment, like hardcore commitment. He even compares it to his time in the military.
So it's about going all in.
Yeah, he talks about making vows and creating rituals to reinforce the practice.
Like what kind of rituals?
One is his 10 breaths technique. Basically, he takes 10 deep breaths throughout the day, and with each breath, he focuses on the feeling of self-love.
So it's about making self-love a habit, something you practice regularly.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Even after all this progress, Ravikant still hit roadblocks.
Oh no, like what happened?
He went through another heartbreak, which really tested his self-love practice.
So even after all that work, life still threw him a curveball.
Yeah, it happens. And he emphasizes the importance of self-forgiveness and seeing these setbacks as part of the process.
So it's not about being perfect, but about learning and growing from those experiences.
He also points out that heartbreak often triggers childhood abandonment wounds.
Makes sense. Those old hurts can resurface when we go through tough times.
So comforting your inner child becomes crucial.
It's like giving yourself the same love and support you would give to a child who's hurting.
Right. And he talks about choosing to model excellence, inspired by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Interesting. So finding role models who embody what you want to achieve.
Exactly. He saw how The Rock embodied dedication and resilience and wanted to cultivate those qualities in himself.
Makes sense. And here's a key realization. He realized that the love he had for his ex-partner, he should also be giving to himself.
Wow, that's powerful. It's like redirecting that love inward.
It's not about being narcissistic, but about recognizing your own worthiness of that same depth of feeling.
He also mentions this crazy vivid dream he had about a brick wall with a message, "Go live great."
Like a sign from the universe.
Yeah, it was like a call to action, a push to step into his potential.
It's about moving from feeling like a victim to becoming empowered.
Totally. And get this, he also starts to embrace this belief, life loves me.
That's a bold statement.
I know, right? But it seems like it really helped him stay afloat when things got tough.
It's like a safety net, a reminder that you're supported no matter what.
He also uses that phrase to connect with and comfort his inner child, especially during difficult times.
It's about cultivating a deep trust in yourself and in life.
And you know what's really cool? He finds insights in the most everyday things,
Like what?
like watching a couple taking photos and being reminded to capture moments of joy.
It's about being present and appreciating the simple things.
Yeah. And there was this time a stranger offered him prayers, which he accepted gratefully.
It's a reminder that kindness can show up in the most unexpected ways.
And what's fascinating is that instead of setting rigid goals, he focuses on embodying excellence, fueled by this fierce self-love.
So it's about continuous growth, letting self-love guide his choices and actions.
Exactly. And he recognizes that growth is cyclical. You reach a peak, then you have to recommit, go deeper.
So it's an ongoing journey, not a one-time fix.
Yeah, he's always pushing himself to evolve and grow.
Sounds like he learned a lot from his experiences.
He did, and we've only just scratched the surface.
I can't wait to hear more.
Me too. Let's dive into the next part of Ravikant's story and see what other gems he uncovered.
Sounds good. I'm ready when you are.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
So picking up where we left off, Ravikant is all about letting go of baggage. Like really letting go.
Interesting. How did he do that?
He describes his powerful ritual of casting his burdens into the sea.
Literally. Like throwing stuff in the ocean.
Well, not exactly. It was more symbolic. He took a rock and wrapped it in a list of things he forgives himself for.
Oh, wow. So it's like releasing those burdens physically and emotionally.
Exactly. It's about making a conscious decision to let go of the past.
That's pretty powerful. And he also mentions a theta healing session.
Yeah, have you heard of that?
I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it. What is it exactly?
It's a type of energy healing where he uncovers this deeply rooted belief, they always leave me.
Oh, wow. So heavy. Where do you think that belief came from?
It was connected to childhood abandonment. He realized this belief was affecting his relationships.
It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, he still acknowledged the love he had for his ex, even after letting go of that limiting belief.
So it's not about erasing feelings, but about changing the way you view them.
It's about recognizing that letting go doesn't mean you didn't care. It just means you're choosing to move on in a healthy way.
Makes sense. So did he actually experience that life loves me back phenomenon he talks about?
That's what I'm dying to know. Did all this self-love actually make a difference in his life?
It's a big claim.
Right.
Like, does life really respond to how much you love yourself?
It does sound kind of out there,
Yeah.
but I'm curious to hear what happened.
Me too. Let's find out.
All right, so buckle up. This is where things get really interesting.
Okay, I'm ready.
So Ravikant starts to notice these synchronicities, like things just start falling into place effortlessly.
Interesting. You know, I've actually experienced that myself when I'm in a good place mentally. Things just seem to flow better.
Right, it's like the universe is conspiring to help you.
Totally. He also talks about resources appearing at the right moment, almost like magic.
Like when you need something and it just shows up.
And he starts getting these intuitive nudges, guiding him towards what he needs.
It's like he's tapping into a higher wisdom.
So it's not just about attracting external things. It's about cultivating a deeper connection with yourself and with life.
Exactly. And his relationships start to change too.
How so?
They become more authentic. He's not afraid to be himself, even if it leads to conflict.
So he's more honest and open?
Yeah. And because of that, he's able to connect with people on a deeper level.
It's like when you're true to yourself, you attract the right people into your life?
Totally.
Yeah.
And he starts feeling less fearful and insecure.
Makes sense. When you love and accept yourself, you don't need external validation as much.
You're coming from a place of inner strength.
And that frees you up to be more vulnerable and open in your relationship.
Exactly. And he's also able to let go of past hurts and resentment.
It's like he stops defining himself by those experiences.
Yeah, he chooses to forgive himself and others, and that frees him from the baggage of the past.
Wow. So powerful.
And get this, he develops a deep sense of gratitude.
It's like when you shift your focus to appreciate what you have instead of dwelling on what's missing.
Right. It can really change your whole outlook on life.
Totally. So it seems like his commitment to self-love really did have a positive ripple effect.
It's like he unlocked a new level of peace and happiness by changing his internal world.
And the amazing thing is he achieved all this with a deceptively simple practice repeating, I love myself.
It's a reminder that we have the power to reprogram our thoughts and create new habits.
Even for something as fundamental as self-love.
But he also emphasizes the importance of making it a daily ritual, not just a fleeting thought.
Like brushing your teeth, but for your soul.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's about making self-love a non-negotiable priority.
I love that. So what about those setbacks he faced? Did he ever talk about how he dealt with those?
He did. He was very honest about the fact that self-love isn't a magic cure-all.
Me too.
Meaning, even after making significant progress, he still faced challenges, like that heartbreaking experience which triggered his abandonment issues.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Right. And he had to learn to be kind to himself and comfort his inner child.
It's like recognizing that those wounds are a part of who you are.
And that's okay.
It's about holding space for your vulnerabilities with compassion.
And giving yourself the same love and support you would give to someone you care about.
Exactly. And it's inspiring how he used those challenges as opportunities for growth.
Remember how he was inspired by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson?
Yeah, he admired his dedication and resilience.
And he chose to model those qualities in his own life.
It's like finding a role model who embodies what you want to achieve.
And his realization that he deserved the same love he had for his ex-partner was so powerful.
It's about recognizing your own worthiness of that deep love and care.
And he had that vivid dream about the brick wall with the message, "Go live great."
It was like a call to action to step into his full potential.
And his belief, "Life loves me," became like a mantra.
It's a powerful affirmation to cultivate trust in yourself and the journey.
He also found meaning and inspiration in everyday experiences, like watching a couple taking photos.
It's about being present and appreciating the little things.
And he was open to receiving kindness from unexpected sources, like that stranger who offered him prayers.
It's a reminder that we're all connected and that support can come from anywhere.
And instead of setting rigid goals, he made a vow to embody excellence, fueled by his self-love.
It's about embracing continuous growth and letting self-love guide your choices and actions.
His journey is a testament to the transformative power of self-love.
It's not a destination, but an ongoing process of self-discovery and evolution.
So after diving deep into Ravikant's story, what would you say is the most important takeaway for our listener?
That's a good question. I think the biggest takeaway is that self-love is a practice, not a one-time fix.
It's something you have to cultivate and nurture every day.
And it's not about being perfect. It's about being kind to yourself and choosing to see the good in yourself even when you mess up.
It's about recognizing your worthiness of love and treating yourself accordingly.
And the best part is that when you start loving yourself truly and deeply, everything else in your life starts to shift too.
Your relationships, your work, your health, your overall well-being.
It's like a ripple effect of positivity.
Exactly. So if you're looking to create a more fulfilling and joyful life, start by loving yourself. Like your life depends on it.
I love that. So tell me, what's next on our deep dive agenda?
Well, we've explored the power of self-love, but now I'm curious about something else.
What's that?
What about the people in our lives who don't seem to love themselves?
That's a tough one.
It is,
Yeah.
right? Like, how do we help them? Or should we even try?
I don't know. That's a really good question.
Maybe that's something we can explore in our next deep dive.
I'm game. What do you say we tackle that next time?
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
I'm already excited to dive into that.
Me too. It's going to be interesting.
Okay. Until then, keep those self-love vibes flowing.
You too.
All right. See you next time.
Bye. Okay, so picking up where we left off, Ravikant is all about letting go of baggage. Like really letting go.
Right? We were talking about that.
How'd he do that?
Well, he describes this super powerful ritual of casting his burdens into the sea.
Like throwing stuff in the ocean?
Not literally. It's more symbolic. Like, he took a
Oh.
rock and wrapped it in a list of things he forgives himself for.
Oh, I get it. So it's about releasing those burdens both physically and emotionally.
Exactly, a conscious decision to move on.
Makes sense. And then there's that theta healing session.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah, but I don't know much about it. What is it exactly?
It's a type of energy healing where he uncovers this deeply rooted belief, they always leave me,
Wow, that's heavy. Where'd that come from?
childhood abandonment.
Ah,
And he realized this belief was affecting his relationships, like creating a self-fulfilling prophecy.
right.
But here's the interesting part. He still acknowledged the love he had for his ex, even after letting go of that limiting belief.
So it's not about denying your feelings. It's about shifting your perspective.
Exactly. Letting go doesn't mean you didn't care. It means you're choosing to move on in a healthy way.
So did he actually experience that life loves me back phenomenon he talks about?
That's the million-dollar question.
Right.
Did all this self-love actually make a difference in his life?
Yeah. It sounds kind of woo-woo.
I know. But I'm curious to see how it played out.
Me too. Let's find out.
Okay, so Ravikant starts to notice these synchronicities. Like, things just start lining up perfectly.
Interesting. I've kind of experienced that myself when I'm feeling good. Like, things just flow better.
Right, it's almost like the universe is conspiring to help you.
Totally. And he talks about resources appearing at the right moment.
Like when you need something and it just shows up.
Exactly. And he starts getting these intuitive nudges guiding him towards what he needs.
It's like he's tapping into a deeper wisdom.
So it's not just about attracting external things. It's about cultivating a stronger connection with yourself and with life.
I think so.
Yeah.
And his relationships start to change too.
Really?
They become more authentic. Like, he's not afraid to be himself, even if it leads to conflict.
So he's more honest and open?
Yeah, and that allows him to connect with people on a deeper level.
When you're true to yourself, you attract the right people.
That's it. And he starts feeling less fearful and insecure.
Well, yeah. When you love yourself, you don't need external validation as much.
You're coming from a place of inner strength.
Exactly.
And he's able to let go of past hurts and resentment.
He's not carrying around all that baggage anymore.
He develops a deep sense of gratitude.
Focusing on the good instead of dwelling on the bad.
Right. So it seems like his commitment to self-love really did have a positive ripple effect.
He changed his internal world, and his external world started to reflect that.
And the crazy thing is, he achieved all this with a simple practice, repeating, I love myself.
It's a reminder that we have the power to change our thoughts and create new habits.
Even for something as fundamental as self-love,
But he also talks about making it a daily ritual, not just a one-time thing.
like brushing your teeth, but for your soul.
Haha, I like that. So what about those setbacks he talked about? How do you deal with those?
He was very honest about the fact that self-love isn't a magic bullet.
So it's not a quick fix.
No. Even after making progress, he still faced challenges, like that heartbreak, which triggered his abandonment issues.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And he had to learn to be kind to himself and comfort his inner child.
It's like recognizing that we all have those wounds.
And that's okay. It's about being compassionate with yourself.
And giving yourself the same love and support you would give to someone else.
Exactly. And it's inspiring how he used those challenges as opportunities for growth. Like, he was inspired by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's dedication and resilience.
Yeah. And he chose to model those qualities in his own life. It's like finding a role model who embodies what you want to achieve.
And that realization he had, that he deserved the same love he had for his ex-partner.
So powerful.
It's about recognizing your own worthiness of love.
And remember that dream he had about the brick wall with the message, go live great?
Yeah. Like a sign from the universe.
It was a call to step into his full potential.
And his belief, life loves me.
It became his anchor.
A reminder that he's supported on his journey.
And he found meaning and inspiration in everyday moments, like watching a couple taking photos.
It's about being present and appreciating the simple things, and being open to receiving kindness from unexpected sources, like that stranger who offered him prayers.
There's so much goodness out there if we're open to it.
And instead of setting rigid goals, he chose to embody excellence, fueled by his self-love.
It's about continuous growth.
Letting self-love guide your actions and choices.
His journey is a testament to the transformative power of self-love.
It's a process of self-discovery and evolution.
So after diving deep into Ravikant's story, what would you say is the most important takeaway for our listeners?
I think the biggest takeaway is that self-love is a practice, not a destination.
It's something you have to work at every day.
And it's not about being perfect. It's about being kind to yourself and seeing the good in yourself. even when you make mistakes.
It's about recognizing your own worthiness of love and treating yourself accordingly.
And the amazing thing is, when you start loving yourself, everything else starts to fall into place.
Your relationships, your work, your health, your overall well-being.
It's like this ripple effect of positivity.
Yeah. So if you want to create a more fulfilling and joyful life, start by loving yourself.
Like your life depends on it.
It's not about reaching some perfect state of self-love. It's about constantly evolving and growing.
Yeah, like you said, it's a journey,
Yeah.
not a destination.
Exactly. And it's amazing how he achieved all this with such a simple practice, just repeating, I love myself.
Right. It's like he reprogrammed his whole mindset with those 3 little words.
It shows you the power of our thoughts and how we can create new habits, even for something as deep as self-love.
And he makes a good point about making self-love a daily ritual, not just a once-in-a-while thing.
Totally. Like, you got to make it a priority.
What I appreciated was his honesty about the ups and downs. Like, self-love isn't a magic cure-all,
Right. He still faced challenges, even after all that progress.
like that heartbreak, which really brought up those old abandonment issues.
It shows that we all have vulnerabilities. And self-love is about being kind to ourselves, even when those wounds resurface.
It's like being your own best friend, offering yourself the same support and understanding you would give to someone you love.
Exactly. And it's inspiring how he used those challenges as opportunities to grow. Like, he was so inspired by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah, he saw his dedication and resilience and wanted to cultivate those qualities in himself.
It's a great reminder that we can find inspiration from others who embody the traits we admire.
And his realization that he deserved the same love he had for his ex-partner was huge.
Right. It's about recognizing your own worthiness of love.
And that dream he had about the brick wall with the message, "Go live great," was so powerful.
Like a call to step into his full potential.
And his belief, "Life loves me," became like a guiding principle.
A reminder that he's supported on this journey.
He also found so much meaning in everyday experiences, like watching a couple taking photos.
It's about being present and appreciating those little moments of joy.
And he was open to receiving kindness from anyone, even a stranger who offered him prayers.
It's a beautiful reminder that we're all connected.
Instead of setting rigid goals, he focused on embodying excellence, fueled by his self-love.
So it's about continuous growth and letting self-love guide your actions and choices.
His story is a testament to the transformative power of self-love.
It's not a destination, but a constant process of self-discovery and evolution.
So after diving deep into Ravikant's story, what would you say is the most important takeaway for our listeners?
I think the biggest takeaway is that self-love is a practice, not a one-time fix.
It's something you cultivate and nurture every day.
And it's not about being perfect. It's about being kind to yourself and choosing to see the good in yourself even when you mess up.
And recognizing that you're worthy of love.
Yeah.
And treating yourself accordingly.
And when you start loving yourself truly and deeply, everything else in your life starts to shift too.
Your relationships, your work, your health, your overall well-being.
It creates this ripple effect of positivity.
So if you're looking to create a more fulfilling and joyful life, start by loving yourself.
Like your life depends on it.
This has been an incredible deep dive, full of insights and inspiration.
I agree. It's amazing how much we can learn from one person's journey.
And Ravikant's story is a powerful reminder that self-love isn't selfish. It's essential.
It's the foundation for everything else in our lives.
So to all our listeners out there, we encourage you to embrace the practice of self-love and see what unfolds.
You might be surprised by the positive changes you experience.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep growing, and keep loving yourself.
See you then.